Yeah, hi. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the open session this week 10. Okay, so before starting the session, if anyone want to say anything, any question, query. So now OPP2 exam is coming. So I hope you know the syllabus. The syllabus will be till week 10 and mainly from that week 7 to week 10. Okay, so I'll also discuss that main topics which you need focus more for the OPP2 exam. Pattern we will share with you, or we will send the details of the pattern. So this time maybe you have to do 4 questions in 2 hours, but maybe we will get some additional questions as a optional. Okay, so you can select uh, your best 4 question for the final exam. So maybe 5 or 6 question we will provide, and out of these, then you have to select 4 questions. Okay. So final pattern we will share. Okay, in the communication or in some announcement before the OPP exam. But okay, any query? Anyone have any query? Any question? Okay. No query. Okay. So all done till week 9. All is fine. So this OPP2 exam, actually, what are the important things you need focus more? So that first thing is that array. Okay, so week 7 array topic, you know that, and just you can practice on array based questions. So you should know that how you can traverse the array or how you can print the array. And another related topic is string. Yeah, so that string also can be also handled by the array in C. So you should also know how you can that perform some operation on the string which is actually stored in the array. So some string related problems you can practice. Yeah, string is more important for this OPP2 exam. So and next another topic is structure. Okay, so you should know how structure is created and how what type of problems can be asked based on the structure. And then it is discussed on the week 8. And another topic is file handling. Okay, so file that you know that week 10. So file handling is basically you should know how to read the file, and after reading the data, you can store that data in some that your data structure and perform your operation. And you should know how to write the file. Okay, how to write the data in file. So these two is the two operations are the required in file based question: reading the file and writing the file, writing into the file. Okay, so that is required. So this is also important. So these topics are and yes, one more two-dimensional array. Yeah, so that is from week 9. Okay, so two-dimensional array is also important. So just practice on some 2D array-based questions like matrix operations. Okay, traversing that matrix elements, finding maximum element, finding minimum element, or some any type of operations on the 2D array, two-dimensional array. So these are the area where you can practice more. You can so there are lots of problems available in our assignments are problems are available. Apart from that, if you have already done all the problems and you want to more, so there are lots of problems available on the openly. Okay, so that you can search the problem on the Google, and lots you will get a list of the problems on the topic wise. So these are the topics where you can focus more for the OPP2 exam.
Sir, could you please once again tell the topic, sir, so that we can
So
search for it?
topics I'm telling you again. So first is array, one-dimensional array. So array related problems, and that another is strings related problem. So string is also very similar to the array. Okay, so you need to do the same type of operations on the strings. Also, you can traverse the array element one by one, and in strings you will get a that is actually character array. So but you can practice some strings based question. uh, okay, And another topic is that structure. Okay, so week 8 is structure, and how structure is created, what type of problems actually can be asked related to the structure. So you can practice on that. Another is the 2D array. Okay, so 2D array we need that uh, 2D array we need that two nested loop actually. Okay, so nested loop, one loop inside the another loop, and you can practice on that type of how you can traverse the matrix elements, or how you can perform some matrix operations. So like this you can practice. And one topic is last, that is file handling. Okay, so file handling.
Fine.
Yeah, file handling, big 10. Okay, so you should know how to read the data from the file, and how to write the data into the file, and how to create the file. Okay, so that if you know this operations, so after that that problems also become a another type of problems like a string or array related to that. Okay, so reading and writing is more important only than the file handling. So these are the topics where you can practice. So related problems you can practice for the OPP2 exam. So this time actually we are, I think we are changing the pattern. So you will get some more problems, but you have to do 4 problems in 2 hours out of these. So that final pattern will that we will share with you. Yeah. Okay. Any other query?
Sir, the examples will be found on the books you have provided, sir, 3 books. Sir,
Hemant, can you repeat? Your voice is not clear.
sir, for examples on this topic, sir,
Mhm.
we may get it from the books you have provided, no? You have shared 3 books.
No, books are actually standard books. You will not get too much problems in the books. You will get the topics in details. But for practice, you can search the problem on Google. So you can search the problems related to the that strings in C. So you will get a list of problems. Okay, so 20, 30 problem list you get it on the many website. So you can just practice on that. You can write the code for that. And I'm saying that if you have already done all the problems from our assignments, okay, so that otherwise our assignment problems are also enough for the OPP preparation. Okay, if you have done all the problems and if you want more practice, okay, so then you can explore the problems on the another website or Google's. Okay, so I'm not saying that you need to just learn any specific things in our that book. Okay, and otherwise we have also shared this notes. You can see the topic that concepts of the that C language, like structure, what is structure, all these things. But for problems you need some problems for practice. So that problems you can uh, find out on the another resource which are openly available. Lots of problems are available. Okay, otherwise that weekly assignments are also enough if you have done all these problems by your own. Okay, so that are also enough, because the level of the question in the OPP exam will be lower than your weekly programming assignment. Okay, so your timed assignment is also there, so that you have enough numbers. I think you every week you are getting approx so 5, 5, 10 and 4, 14 problems, programming problems. So that number is, I think, okay for practice. Okay. Okay, any other query? So I hope this is clear. So you have OPP on. I hope you have know the date of the OPP. I think it is 18. Otherwise, it will say soon. Okay. Yeah. So this is the next coming things. So this OPP exam. After that, you have final term exam. So the syllabus will be till week 11. Okay. So we have the content till week 11. So there is no content in week 12 for this course. Uh, I hope this is clear. Okay. Okay.
I
So
think so. This is on 18th August and 25th August.
yeah, two dates are there, but that they will actually allocate two shift. I'm not sure that the shift will be allocated on both 18, or maybe one 18 or the second is 25. Okay, so they will actually allocate and communicate to you. So okay, or maybe in the next session we will communicate to you in this lab session. Okay. Okay, so today we will discuss week 10 file handling topics. I hope you have started this week 10 content. Deadline is set to very late. The 21 I hope is the deadline, but try to complete all the topics before 18. Okay, so because the content that week 10 is also included in the your OPP exam. So try to complete all the week content maybe before 15. Then after that you can practice more on some mock paper. Maybe we will release one mock paper also before that. Okay, so you can practice on that also. Okay, so I'm sharing my screen. Okay. Yeah, so we have this topic week 10 file handling, and we will start with the basics. So of the file handling. So file handling means we not till now we have write the program, simple program that was actually communicating with the console actually. Okay, so you have seen this interface of the replit, like okay, so here this is the editor that main.c file we are writing. Okay, and this actually communicate with the console where we provide the input and output. Okay, but there is another way to provide the input to the program, is the actually file. We can uh, we can uh, we can take any file and we can read the data from the file, and we can perform the operation on that data, and we can also return the data on another file, or maybe the same file. Okay, so that means we will communicate with the file this time, not the console. Okay, so we can also do the interaction of the program with this way, using the file handling. So now file handling allow your C program to interact with file on the computer storage device. So here this file can be stored in your device, and we can communicate from this. So this enable you to store data and read the data. Okay, so we can store the data into the file. We can create a new file also by the program. Okay, so we can create a new file, and we can store our data, and we can also read the existing data if we have already one file in our system, and we can read the data from that file, and we can processing it or manipulating it. So what are the basic file operation we have, and what are the syntax we follow? Okay, so this file handling based operations require this header file, which we generally use as a input output, standard input output, that stdio.h. Okay, so we always write this to use a print or scanf function. Okay, so file is also file related operation are also defined inside this library, include stdio.h. And uh, for file handling, file based operation, we need a special pointer that is called as a file pointer. Okay, so similar to your integer pointer that we have seen in the previous weeks, integer pointer, character pointer, so that pointer which contain the address actually. Okay, so here we have another type of pointer that is called as a file pointer. Okay, and that contain the reference of the file. Reference means address of the file. Okay, so that points to the file. Okay, so this file pointer, we need to write the syntax like this. So in the capital file and then asterisk. So this is the identification of file pointer. So we declare it. Okay, and after that we need this pointer. We need this pointer to store the address of the file when we are reading any file, when we are opening any file from our system. So we need to store the reference of the file to this pointer. Okay, so now third step is that open the file. Okay, So this is the first step, include this header, then declare the pointer, and after that open the file. So open the file means we are just opening the file from our system. So what we need actually, we need these two things: file name. So we should know the file name if we want to read our existing file. Otherwise, we can create a new file and we can pass this file name, so that one new file will be created with this name, file name. Okay, so this is just a string, and that represent the file name. And another is mode, which mode we are opening the file. So here mode defines what type of operation we can do with the file which we are opening. So these modes are defined by the character. Okay, so that character, or that strings, we can say that string also, and you can see what type of characters we have. So this single r, okay, so we can define mode as a single r means reading. Okay, so reading the file, existing file. Okay, and if we are opening any file in w mode, so we will write mode w. So w means open for writing. Okay, and creates a new file or overwrite a existing one. If we have already file with this name, if we are providing some name, file name, and we are opening our file in w mode, so that existing file will be open. If there is no existing file available with the file of this file name, so then new file will be created. Okay, new file will be created by this of this name, file name. Okay, another is a. So that is actually open for appending file, write data to the end of an existing file. So this is the mode when we want to write some data in the end of the file. So we have one file existing in our system, some data is already available in that, and we want to add some more data at the end. So we will open our file in append mode. So a means append, and this w is actually overwrite. If we have already some data in our file and we are writing again, so that previous data will be removed. So overwrite means that it will our new data will overwrite to the old data. Okay, so that old data will be removed, but append mode will actually add the new data at the end of the file. So previous data will also remain exist. And some another version, we have this r plus. So r plus means open for both reading and writing mode, existing file. Okay, so this time we are reading, we can also perform writing operation at the same time with the existing file if file is exist. W plus open or both reading and writing, but create a new file if file is not exist. Otherwise, overwrite existing one. Okay, so in the previous one you can see this file will not be created if file is not exist. But for w plus, we can perform reading and writing both, but new file will also create if file is not exist. And this a plus, that this is for open for reading and appending both. So okay, so this time reading will is also performing, okay, in the existing file. So these are some basic mode we have to open the file. Generally we use this r and w and a. Okay, because all these covers our reading, writing, and append functions. So this is the very simple example you can see. And here what we are doing, so what are the steps to create a file. Okay, so here you can see this is the first line we have written, this is the main function we have started. Now we have declared a file pointer. So you can see we have written this data type file. Okay, and we are declare one pointer with this data type file. After that we are storing the address or reference of the file which we are opening. So this fptr we are writing here equal to f open. So f open, this is the syntax to open the file. Okay, f open file, this means file open, and inside the bracket we need two parameters here. So first is file name, this is the file name, and second is mode, which mode we are opening. Both will be right in this strings. Okay, double quote, inside the double quote. So this you can give any name if you want to create. Okay, and this is the mode, which mode we are opening. W means we want to write something, we want to, or we can also read with this W. And sometimes what happen, if we are opening any file, and due to some problems or system that error, if file is not created, okay, file is not created, or maybe sometimes if we are opening the file in read mode, but file is not exist. So in that case, this function actually will return a null address to this pointer. Okay, so that means no address is actually allocated this pointer. At this time we will write this condition for safer purpose. Okay, so what happen if file is not opened correctly, and still we are performing some operations, so our code will give some error. So but what we can do, we can just write check this condition. If ptr equal to null, okay, so that means we are validating this. If our ptr that pointer is equal to null, so that we will write some message and we will return back from the program. Okay, so error opening in file. So here you can just print some message. Otherwise, if most of the case you will not find out these things, so that condition will not be satisfied and you will move to the next instruction. So you can write any instruction with file operation, or you can perform some that manipulation of data. Okay, but these are some important things. If you are opening any file, that file should also be closed in your program at any point. Okay, so if you have opened in this file, so after performing all the operation, just close your file. Okay, so this is the condition to close. So f close, then inside the bracket write this ptr, f ptr. So this is the pointer, just pass the file pointer and to this function, so that file will be closed. So the close means just basically that will be available now for the another program or another operation. Otherwise when we are opening any file, so that means that is actually locked, that is actually locked for this program. So that program is now have the access for this file that will perform some operation. So after that just close this file. Then so this will be for the safer side. So another any other programs or any other operation can be performed on that file by the other program. So these are the two syntax you should know, that f open for opening and that f close for close the file. And this is the pointer. So these are three points you should know. Pointer declaration, that open the file and then close the file. In between you can perform your operation on the file data. Okay. So this is the opening file. Just do the uh, do just uh, run this. Okay, so let's, so you can see now this is the same program we have seen. So now if I run, so you can see the file structure on the left. Okay, so this is the applet. You can see what file we have. Okay, so you can see in the left menu there is no file with name data. Okay, so here what we are creating one data.txt file with the name of data.txt. So you can see in the left menu there is no data file available. And when we open this, when we run this code, now you can see one file is now available on the left side. So data.txt, you can, when you click on this is empty, no data is available. Okay, so now you can see in this way one new file is created. Okay, so this is the operation to uh, create the file. When we are right, so this we have opened with the w mode. So w mode means if file is not exist, then new file will be created. Okay, if file is already exist with the name of data, so that will open actually, that same file will be open, new file will not be created. So let's suppose if I run this program again, so nothing will happen. That simple, this file is now open for the program, and now here it is closed. Okay, so you can see the same file we have data.txt, no new file is created after that. Okay, so okay, so let's remove this and just read the data with the same name in the read mode. Okay, I have deleted this. Now I am writing the mode R. Okay, and let's run this. Now you can see what we are getting. We are getting the message error opening file. So this is coming from this syntax. Okay, printf. This is error opening the file. What happening here? We are opening the file data.txt in read mode. So read mode is works like as a, it actually checks the file is exist or not in our that file, okay, directory. So if file is not exist, so that means it will return a none or null to the pointer. That means no address reference is found for this name. Okay, so at that time this statement is condition is true and this message is printed. Okay, so in this way, this is just use this for the safer purpose. It sometimes if that you mistakenly give the incorrect name in your file, and that file is not exist, and you are opening, so you will get this correct information. Otherwise, you will get some error by the code. Okay, so this is the way to open the file. Okay, so this is the basic, and let's move to the next. So I hope this part is clear. Okay, next part is writing to a file. So now we know that how to open the file in w mode. So w modes create the new file actually. Okay, so now we have seen this. Again I am creating the file in w mode and it will create a new file. You can see data.txt. Okay, now we have done this. Now move
Sir,
to, hmm,
please for the previous code, sir.
yeah, this one.
Sir, here what happens, one file is created, no? And this pointer represents to what, sir? File, no?
This pointer is pointing to the file. This pointer is
It will
just
give
a
the address of the
contain.
file.
You can say the address of, or we can sometimes say the reference of the file. Okay.
And we are assigning to the pointer what, sir? If open.
Uh,
This thing we are assigning to the pointer, no? If ftptr.
so this function actually, this is a function. This function returns a address. Okay, that address will be stored here. This fptr. That is actually a, so here this function is returning a file address. Okay, and this is a file pointer, so that pointer will contain that address. After that we can access the data using this pointer of the file.
And what is here, sir? If ftr is equal to null, that means what, sir?
Null means absence of value. There is no value actually. Okay, so this
Because,
is,
sir, sir,
yeah,
here,
this is a data actually. This is a data. That data is actually a absence of the value. If you have no data, so what value should be there for to represent this if no data is coming? So we in C or any other programming language also maintain this one new type of data that is called as a null, means absence of value.
and we are writing return one, that means there is an error.
No, this yeah. So here we can return zero also. So that means here we are stopping the function. Here we are stopping our function.
Sir,
Yeah,
is
this
there any problem we don't write this return one, sir?
how you can write like this. So this will also not create any problem. So suppose if I open the R, okay. So it is not working and oh, 1 second. Oh, data is already there. 1 second. Delete and run again. So you can still it is working fine. Yeah. But some function, this is the main function. So if you are writing these things in another function, so you can return some information like this. You can represent some error message, or, and this is basically for the error actually. Okay, so this is for operating system. So one or zero you can write anything. Okay, you will not get the exact information for that. Actually this is for the operating system. So here we are getting some error. So this file is not created, and you are getting, if you are writing, suppose if you are opening this in w mode, still if you are not getting the file address, so that means some system error is there. So in that case you are returning one for the operating system, that you have some system issue. Okay, but if you are opening the file in a write mode and file is not exist, so that is not a system error actually. That is because you have not created that file before. Okay, so this is just a our error. Okay, so we are opening any file which is not exist. So in that case you can just return anything, zero or anything like this. Okay, but it is actually here this is not ref indicating uh, anything in our program. Actually this is just a stopping the execution. Okay, it is stopping the execution at this point. It is now our execution is now stopped, and it will the remaining things will not be performed. So you can write zero also. Okay, because type what type of we are taking here, int, so we have to return something if we are stopping our program, this main function. So we can return zero. So zero means we are indicating that everything is performed fine, no system error is there.
Sir,
But
what is the meaning of writing W, sir, in FPR, FPPR?
this
Yes, sir.
w means writing, or this w mode is basically for writing if we want to write something in our file. Okay, so that means it is giving permission to write something in file. And
And
with writing we can also read the things. Okay, so W mode provide both features. So you can see in the document, W mode provide both the things. Open for writing, but we can also perform reading. Okay, so after opening the file, so this indicate the both. One second. Okay. W and open over. Okay, no. So W means only writing. Okay, yeah. W plus means both reading and writing. Okay, so R means we are opening the file only for reading. W means we are opening the file only for writing into the file, writing purpose. We want to store something in file. And these are the possibility that if file is not exist, then it will create a new file. Otherwise, it will overwrite into the existing file. Overwrite means if you are writing some data into the file, previous data will be removed. Okay, A means we are opening the file for the writing purpose, but the data will be add into the last of the content of the file. Okay, previous data will not be removed. After that your data will be added. Okay, so these are basic after that. And if you want to perform both operation, say and then reading and writing, you can open the file in W plus mode. Okay, R plus mode is also provide this reading and writing, but only for existing file. If file is not there, then it will not create a new file. Okay, it will give in that same null return. But this W plus will actually create a file also.
sir, data TXT written, sir, what you will do, sir? Data TXT in a in example.
Data means you are asking.
Yes, sir. Data.txt. What is that, sir?
This is just a name of file. This is a name of the file, and you can see when we are running this, so the file is created, the text file is created. So txt is just a extension of the text file txt. That means we can write some text in this file. Okay, so another type file you can also create, you can create a csv file. Okay, and we have multiple types of file now, so you can create any types of file with this. So here we are creating a text file with the name data. Okay, so that file complete name is data.txt, txt text. So that text file is now created. Okay, so
Yes.
here you can see make.main.c. This is another type of file, so that represent for the C. So here extension is .c. Okay, so sometimes extension is in the rapid.nix. So we have lots of type of file. So each types have actually contained there in that extension dot something. So here text file contain this extension .txt. Okay, so and similarly we have binary file also. The binary file contain the extension .bin. So in this way, that this is the type of the files. Okay, here we are giving the name to the file, what file we are creating. So that we are creating text file with name data. So data.txt you are can see here. Okay, so you have to give the name with extension in your when you're opening the file. So this is the first thing. So after that, we will check that how we can write something in this file. So now file is opened, file is now created. Now move to the writing to a file. We want to write some strings or some message or something into the file. So how we can do? So this is the next operation with the file. So that is writing the file. So all these actually modes perform this: W mode, A mode, W plus, all actually are used for the writing purpose if you want to write something in the file. So there is one operation f print f. Okay, so like printf we have used many times. So that prints the output in console, and this print the output, print the data in the file. So because of that, this f is written here, f printf. Okay, so file print. To write formatted data to the file, its syntax is similar to your printf. So here you can see this is the syntax for fprintf. So what are these arguments we have? So fprintf is the function name. After that, we are passing the first argument as a file pointer. Okay, so what file pointer we are using, that pointer name we will pass here. Okay, second is the formatted string. So that is actually strings. We can so that is a strings where we can pass some value by the arguments using this formatted type. So that I'll give the example for this formatted strings. This is just a strings. Okay, we which we want to actually print into the file, or we which we want to write into the file. But this is called as a formatted string because we can pass some that variables value inside that by some that syntax. Okay, and another, this is the argument option. So what if we have any argument and that argument value we want to uh, pass this in strings, and that will be write to the file. So this is the syntax, three argument we have. Let's take some example for this. So you can see in this code, now this is the here the code is same as the previous. Now this is the function you can see. So this is the pointer, file pointer, and second argument we have the strings inside the double quote. Okay, so you can see this is the same double quote strings, and this is the only one strings you want to print without any arguments. Okay, so you can also do this. That means argument value is optional. So that complete strings will be write to into the file. Apart from that, sometimes what happen, if we want to pass any strings, and in this strings we want to pass some value. Okay, so that value is depends on some variable or direct value here. Okay, suppose we have int a equal to 123, then here you can write the a. Okay, and that value of a actually will replace this percentile d in the strings. Okay, so inside one string we can pass some value with the help of this specifier. So if you are writing this percentile d, so that value will be replaced by the this argument. What argument we are passing after this commas next. So that will be passed here. So the message will be print like this. So we can write numbers 2 and then this 123. Okay, this percentile d will be written that replaced by this value. So this is the function, and we can use this in our code. So let's after this operation. So just write this that f printf, and after that file pointer. So we have this fptr. Okay, this is the first value. After that, this is the line one. Okay, and after that slash n for the new line character. Okay, and we are writing only this. Okay, and let's run this and see our file is updated or not. So initially you can see our file is empty, data.txt is empty. Now when we run this again, so this file is opening into the right mode. So when we run this, so now our code is run. Now just check this, you can see this line is now written inside the file. So this is the line 1. Okay, this is coming in the file. So in this way you can that perform any number of lines. Okay, suppose now argument things. So third option we have like int like okay equal to 2. So this is the integer variable we have. Okay, line. Now what we can do, we can write here like this is a percentile d and pass the argument. Okay, so argument is line. Okay, so the value of the line will replace this percentile d, and you will get the another message. This is line 2. Okay, so if we write this, you can see this is line 2. Okay, so now you can see percentile d is replaced by the value of line. So in this way you can write the data into the file. So here file is actually written, and you can see this is override things. So override things means if we are uh, suppose if we are writing like this 3. Okay, so output should be first line should become is line 3 and then line 2, and data is already there in the file, you can see. Okay, so previous data will be replaced if we are performing we are running this code again. Okay, so that means previous data will be lost and data is updated now in this way. Okay, so now first line is updated. So complete previous data will be removed and new data will be written to the file. And so this is the writing. And suppose if we want to perform append operation A, then what will happen? So in this way, if we run this code, you will get a previous data will also exist. So when we run this, now you can see previous data is already there. Again, next two line is written. So this time now line is 4. If I run this one more time, so you will get total 6 line. Okay. So now data is added to the uh, end of the previous file. So in this way, this is the difference between append mode and write mode. Okay. Now if I run this again, so you can see uh, only 2 lines are there. Okay, so this is the one way to write data into the file. So this is the first pointer field, and here you can pass a strings, and if you have strings in any format you can pass that. So this is the one way, and move to the next. So we know that how to write the strings into the file. Now reading from a file. So we have some data in the file. Now we want to read that data. Okay, so to read the data we need to open the file in read mode, so R mode, you can see. So this is the R mode we have written now, and same things we are doing. If file it not exists, then we will check this condition. After that, similar to your scanf, now we have f scanf. Okay, so this is the things. So f scanf we have, and what are the argument we have inside this function? So first is the pointer, and second is formatted string. So what type of data we are reading, and that data will be stored into this variable. Okay, so this time we are reading the data from file, and after reading the data we will store that data into some variable. So we need to define that what type of data we are reading from the file. Okay, so we can define these things. So here like this is the example, f scanf and fptr. Okay, so just write like this. So and we have to define some strings variable if we are reading the strings. So let's so just declare a string variable here, and that care, and that array we have str, and this contain 100 characters. Okay, so this array we have defined to store the strings, and after that we have the file with 2 line. Okay, and we are reading this data. Okay, so this time we will I'm making this as a comment, and now we will use the write mode, sorry, read mode, R mode. Okay, and after that we will write the function f scanf. So scanf, and inside this uh, first thing is pointer, so fptr, and second thing is what type of data we are reading, so that is actually percentile s. string data, and we will store this data in our string. Okay, so that we will pass the variable str. Okay. Okay, so that is fs. Huh. So this is the line, and let's to check this, we will print the things. Okay, so printf and that percentile s and str. Okay, so this is simple message to. So what we are doing, we are opening the file in read mode. Okay, file is now already exist with this name data.txt, and we are just reading the file. Okay, so this is the pointer, and this is the type, what type of data we are reading, that is string s, and that data will be stored inside this string str. Okay, so this is just a character array, and after that we are printing this. Okay, and so let's run this and see what we are getting. So you can see we are getting this only one character, that this, but yeah. So here actually where we find out the that first space, so that will actually stop the reading things. So we have already seen this type of behavior in our that string unit week 7. So if we want to read the complete line, we have to use the another way to read that print the data or scanf the data. So let's see what we can do. So here we have one strings, str character array to hold the strings. Okay, format strings, and sometimes what happen if we, so this is actually a we are getting only first word. Okay, so first word, but this is useful if we want, if our file have only this single type of value, like one string and one integer things, so that we can directly use this function fscanf, and like this. So suppose if our file have only this thing, so this three. Okay, so one data is now string, single strings without any space, and another data is integer. So in this way, and this is our two lines, so our this function will read only one line at a time. So, and what we can do, we can write a integer variable also here, that int that d. Okay. And here we will just write like this, so space that percentile d and comma d, and we have to use the and symbol. Okay, like this. Let's print this data. So s comma percentile d, and here this is d. Okay, so let's run this. You can see we are getting the information in our variable. So this is stored inside the str. Okay, and 3 is stored inside the d variable. So in this way we can read the data, data. Okay, and so let's write this line one more time. So let's see what happened and what value we are getting. So now you can see we are getting another value, this 2. So why this? So let so when our first time we are calling this function, so that fscanf, so this is reading the only the first line of the file, but our now pointer is moved to the end of the file, so that we have the new line character in the first line, so that our pointer is will be moved to the second line. Okay, after this operation, if we perform the same operation again, so it will read actually a next line, second line. So in this way you can read all the line one by one, and what you can do, you can run a loop like this, and you can just read all the data of line by line. Okay, so this is the one thing. So let's we have another way to read write. Okay, so let's move to this. Yeah, and next thing is this closing the file. So I have already discussed this. So we need to close the file after performing the operation. So this f close is the function, and just pass the file pointer inside this. Now we have seen these basic things. After that, we have these function like f scan f get c, f get s. So all these three function actually used to read the data, reading the file. Okay. So what are the difference between? We have already seen this first. Okay. So what are the drawback of this? This reads only the one strings. So once it found the uh, space, it will stop the reading. Okay. So we have another function also, so that will actually resolve our this issue. So one we have f get c and f get s. Okay, so this will actually helpful to read the complete string. So f get s. So what are these? So f scan f, what are the things we have already discussed? And this is useful if we know that our strings, we have this type of data, both are integer value of, okay, then we can directly read. But if we have the strings with multiple space, so that will actually our data will be lost. So now second type we have f get c. Okay, f get c. So get file and get c. C means character. So it actually reads one character from the file. Okay, so is used to read a single character from the file. It takes a file pointer as an argument. So here it will useful to read a single character. So let's discuss this. So how it will work? So now replace this, and this time I'm using a character, so not complete string, but only one character. So like c, and we will just read that character like this. So, sorry, c equal to that f get c, and we'll pass the pointer. So f that fptr, and we'll write here. Okay. So now if I pass this, so we have to use the C specifier here, and we will write the C only. Okay. So now this is the function. So you can see we are getting only T. And suppose we will do this operation one more time. Okay, three times. So you can see what we are getting. So we are getting THI. Okay, so that means after reading a first character, if we call this function again, so next character will be read. So our pointer is actually moving to the next character. So after reading this first time, so our pointer will move to the second character. So next time it will read a second character, then third character. So in this way it will read. Okay, so character by character. So if you want to read your file character by character, so you can use this fget c operations, and you can read the all character one by one. Okay. So, and for that you have to use the that while loop. Okay. So how you can read the complete file? So let's run one thing. So while that c, yeah, so c does not equal to eof, and do these things. You can see. Okay, so what we are doing? So this eof is actually a special character for the file, so that represent the end of file. If we are reading the file and at any time we found this eof, so that is the identification of that that end of the file. Okay, so at that time, if our this c is not equal to eof, we are reading the data, and we are getting the file. So we will start from the first pointer here one time. Okay. Okay, no. So this then C is equal to get to VTR. Okay. Okay, so that we have to do this statement first. So in this way, you can see we are getting this complete data of the file. So here we are reading the data character by character, and we have read the one character and checking this is equal to EOF or not. So if this is not equal to EOF, so then we are entering inside that and printing the character. And again we are reading the next character. So in this way you will get all the lines from your files. So this is useful if you want to perform any character based problem, if you want to perform some operation where some character based manipulation you required, so like number of character in the file. And okay, so in this case using this you can count the character. Okay, and you can search the character in your file if you want to search how many times this character is exist. So you can do this that type of task by reading the string character by character. So this is useful, this character reading. Okay, so this is one function where we can read the file data character by character. Okay, next this is yes,
Excuse me.
yes.
Could I ask what is keeping track of how many characters we have read or which line we are in inside the file?
Which line you are saying that?
Which line I am in, or suppose how many characters I have already read before. What exactly is keeping track of that?
Hi, so you can use some counter. So suppose if you want to
No,
maintain the number of characters.
no, not that. How is the program keeping track of it? Like if, when we had arrays, there was some way of knowing that this is the address in which the ith element is there. So if I go to the I plus 1th element, the address will increase by this much and then by this much.
Huh.
Here, what is happening that the program
So
is able to determine.
this fptr is actually maintaining this information, and this function actually this function internally actually maintain. So if we have called this function one time, so that will actually maintain the state that which character that you have read the one character from the file, and the pointer will move to the second character. So this file is just not a simple or very basic pointer, like as integer pointer, all these things. So this actually maintain the character by character reference. Okay, so based on that, this pointer actually moves to the character if we have read one time, so that pointer will move to the next character and will stay at that pointer. Okay, and next time when we perform the same operation, so from that character operation will perform.
So this FPTR is different from the normal 8-byte pointers we have been using so far
So
for
this
the web
pointer is
pages.
different. This is special for the file pointer. Because of that we are writing here this file type. Okay, this is not a character, or this is not a integer. So this is the different type of pointer that is actually take the reference of file. After that, taking the reference of file, it actually read the data character by character. It's maintain the all is that state. What data actually this is read, and what is the current state of the actually to perform the operation for the next time. So like cursor, so this is like a cursor. So if our cursor is now performed till the end, so our cursor will so the last character in each line is actually a new line character. So at any time new line character occurs, so that our cursor is moved to the second line. So our that cursor is just, you can assume that as a pointer, so that it will stay into the second line if you perform the same operation again, so that your operation will perform from the same from the previous last state. Okay, so that actually handled by some internal operations which is defined by this f open or this operation, so f get c. So that actually internally maintain the previous state. So what state actually we have done for open.
So it is possible that the
Hmm?
fget c is instructing FPTR to count character by character, while as something like fscanf will instruct FPTR to count new line character by new line. So that is how we will get updated.
No, I'm
Uh,
not getting. Can you repeat what you said just now?
so if we are using fget c,
Uh-huh.
that function will instruct FPTR to update itself character by character.
Character, yeah, character by character.
And if we are using something like fscanf,
Hmm.
that will instruct the FPTR to update itself per new line character.
not new line actually. Here this f scanf just read the complete string, and at any point it found the space. Actually, it will stop.
Okay,
Okay,
so it will be
f
updated space by space.
so it's first space. So this is also works for the scanf. If you are reading any strings using the scanf function from the console, so that scanf also works like that. It if it found any that empty character, so actually it will stop. Okay, so scanf work like this. So same f scanf is also work like this. So if it found any empty space, so it will stop, and that cursor will stop at this point, and you will get the data only till that point. So this f scan is useful if you want to read the multiple value from the file. That suppose if you are each line maintaining some three or four value, and you want to store each that part as a single value for your program. So in that case, suppose this first is representing a one value, second is representing a second value, like then after that another strings or some float. So this type of value, you can use the scanf function, and you can pass the that specifier thing. So if you are passing a percentile s specifier, so it will read only one this single value. After it found this space, it will stop. Then second specifier will read the second value. So this will work as a different input. Okay, so in each line you will get a if you have four space, four value separated by space, so that four value you can directly read in four variable. Okay, so f scanf actually stop if it found any space or new line character.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, but we have the another third actually operation, that is actually f get s, this third one. So this actually stop it if it found new line characters. Yeah, this reads complete line. Once it found new line character, it will stop, and your pointer will move to the next line, and in the next time if you perform this operation, so new line will be read. So this reads the data line by line. Okay, and that this read the data character by character, and this read the data word by word. Okay, so is f get s. So let's do the things. Okay, so this is c we have done, and f get s. So the first thing, what is the syntax of this f get s? So we need these three arguments for this f get s. So first is buffer. So buffer is just a strings. So like we have used as a strings array or character array. So here we have to pass a variable where we are actually storing our data buffer, and we have also defined the size of buffer. So that means what maximum size we want to read from the line. So actually it will read one line, but still in one line you can define the size. Okay, suppose if you want to read only first five character or first 10 character from the line, so you can define the size. And if you want to read the complete line, so just define the maximum size. So if you have defined this buffer size, like this is an array, and if you have defined the maximum size of this array is 100, so here we are directly calculating the size of buffer, so that will actually calculate the total size. Okay, but if your that line contains less number of characters or less size compared to this, so it will read complete line. But if your line contain more than that, so that means remaining data will be lost in this. Okay, and this is the file pointer. Okay, so here actually this is pointing to the data from the file. So this is now name is changed, but this is the same fptr. Okay, so these three variable we need to define inside this fgets. So uh, you can see how we can use this. So suppose the str we have, you can see we have this str 100, and we want to use the same. So f get s this time, and now we have str, and we are passing this size of, and that str, and then we will pass the pointer. So fptr in this way. Okay. So let's print this. Printf and the percentile s and then str. Okay. So if we read this, so you can see what we are getting. So we are getting complete line, this three. Okay, so complete line we are reading first line. If you want to perform this one more times, you will get a next line, next complete line. So this time we are reading the data line by line completely. Okay. So suppose what happened if we are writing here only two. Okay, two. Then perform this. So let's see what we are getting. So we are getting th only two data because now our maximum reading size we have defined here two character. So only two character is coming when we are reading from the first line. Okay, so and after that okay, so this only first time it is working. Yeah, so this is the interesting things. Size of str. Okay, so two we are reading, but in the next iteration, so in this way we are not getting the next two character.
Maybe the FPTR is still stuck on the first line, therefore it is not doing anything the second time. Is that possible?
So that things I but if pointer is stuck in first line, so that should read the data, but maybe some restriction is there, so it will read only the line by line. Yeah, so that is the possible issue. So that means it is not moved to the second line. So because of that, it is not performing the or it is not so new line character is not actually found till this second character. So your pointer is not moved to the second line. But the question is why next character is not read actually. Okay. Okay, so this is the things we can just search or explore. I'll also check this. So this is the possibility here because new line character is not found after reading these two characters. So our pointer is not moved, okay, to the next line. So maybe this is the some there is some issue for that. So let's how many character we have? One, two, three, four, five, six. And suppose if we are taking six, still we are getting, and then move to the seven. Still we're getting, then eight. 8, then we found this.
I think the eighth character was the null character that it was needing.
Hmm, not eighth character is null character. That is actually seventh character is null character and eighth character is the new line character. Okay, so that every strings we have null pointer when the string is finished. Okay, 1 second, null character.
So when you put the str8, it was finally able to see the new line character and it got updated to go to the next line.
Yes. So, but yeah, so this is the one more thing. So that is eighth character is new line, a new line character. Then it jumps to the new line and then it is reading the things. Okay, so I'll check this in more details to understand the internal things how this is working. So otherwise, what you can understand this if you want to read the data line by line, so you can use this function and you can perform your task. So like some problems based where we are reading the line total number of lines in the file, so you can use this and just keep the maximum size of this file so you can read the complete one line, okay, in the something. So in this way you can read the line, and you can also perform some operation line by line. Suppose how many words are there in the each line, okay, how many characters are there in the each line. So like you can perform this type of things, how many so like if any specific character, if it is there, and how many times this character is present in the each line. So this type of some file based of problems can be asked. So you can practice using these three functions. So you can read the data in three way: character by character, and that argument based, okay, so for the formatted string based, and another is the complete line by line. Okay, so in this way you can read. Similarly, we have the write operation, three type of write operations. So that actually is very similar. So we have already seen this fprintf. So we are actually we write the data in for that formatted string manner. Okay, so we can give some strings and we can pass the some argument value inside the strings. So using this fprintf, and we can write that data into the file. And another we have f put c and f put s. So this is the same version of the f get c, f at get s. So here that f printf, we have seen this, we are passing like this data, so numbers equal to percentile d, percentile d. After that this value will be passed here and this value will be passed here, and this line will be printed into the file, okay, this pointer fp. Okay, now f put c, if you want to write the data character by character, okay, so then you can print the character by character data like this using this f put c, pass the character and write into the file, so fp. So in this way you can read any strings. If any string is given in the array, and you can just read character by character and write into the file. So like in this program, so suppose we want to perform write operation in this file, so just open the file in w mode, and so perform this f put c things. Let some string data. So we'll pass a simple strings. So you can get the length of this string. So we can get the length. So like int equal to strlen of this str, and this is defined inside the string function. So has include string.h. So if any string is given, suppose string is allocated like this, so you can get the length of that string. So what is the length using this function strlen. And after that, suppose if you want to write this string into the file, and you can run a loop. So for like int I equal to 0 and I is less than equal to that length int I plus plus. Okay, inside this you can write this f put s, f put c, put c, and pass the pointer, so fptr, so fptr, and not first is string actually, so str, and pass I this, and then fptr, and insert this. So what we are doing, we are reading the character by character from the string and writing into the file. Okay, so let's run this and see. So now we have written this, and you can see, so our all that string is written inside the file using this method, so character by character. So you can use this function to write the data character by character into the file, and once you So if you want to move to the next line, that next line, so just pass the next line character. Okay, so you will move to the next line if you want to print multiple line. So this is the one. And another way is we have this f put s. So f put s is used to write a string to a file. So complete single strings line and complete string you can directly pass to this function f put s. Okay, so this is very similar. So what we can do is now we can directly write this complete line, that we will use this s. Okay, and now this time we will write only str. Okay, so let's suppose delete this data and run this. Okay, now you can see we are getting this data completely. So if you want to write your data line by line completely, complete string at a time, okay, so that you can use this f puts s. Okay, so it will write complete string in the file at a time. So here you can also pass the strings, so like this, in this way. So line 1, then slash n, then line 2 slash n, and line 3, like this. Line 1. So if you print this, so you will get this data, so line by line. Okay, so one space is coming after this. So you can see we are getting three line 1, line 2, line 3. So in this way you can use this f put s. So these are three things. So you can remember these three function, and you can use these three function for reading and writing. And after reading and writing, just after reading the data, you can store in your some string and perform some operation. After that, write the data output into the file. So these are the basic or an important function related to the file. Okay, so after that some example is given. You can, so I'll upload this file into the supplementary content.
Sir, week 5 is also not uploaded, sir.
Week
Completed in
5 or week 6?
I think week 5, please.
I think week 5 is done, but week 6 is pending. So week 6 is only related to the pointer things. So I'll create that. It is not created yet. So I'll create and upload. Okay, but that week actually have the main pointer part, and pointer part is also covered in week 7. So because of that, maybe it is missed. So I'll check the content and we'll create the document. Okay, but yeah, this file is important, so just remember this reading and writing function. After that, open the file in read mode and write mode and append mode, so these are required. So just practice on this. So this is important. And after that, we have given this example so you can practice. We have this file handling in binary mode, so that is also one topic, but it is not too much required at this point. So here we use this b things. Okay, so that b, by default, if we are not writing the second character after this r w thing, so by default this is the normal file. Okay, so text file or anything, that type file. But for binary file we write this b character. Okay, so that is represent the, we are opening the file in binary mode. Okay, so reading mode. So that extension you can also use .bin, but that data you cannot understand from the file, so that data will be represented in some encoded forms. So you cannot read the data from directly from the file. That data can be read from the program. So what data is written inside the file, so that data can be read from the program, and you can perform some operation. Okay, so writing same things, binary data. If you want to, so like suppose this program is given, so let's run this and check what is there. So this is writing binary data to the file. Okay, okay, some part is skipped. Okay, Okay, so this is so here we are opening the file with data.bin name. Okay, so we have this data.txt. So I am removing this. And what we are doing, we are writing some data that f write, and this is the record size of record one in fp, rating the structure. And this is also okay. So let's run this and see what type of data we are getting. So you can see we are getting some this null. This is not properly readable, but some inner internal part we are getting. So we get this type of information if we have the binary file. This is not properly readable. But okay, so fp that open data window mode. This is the structure. But let's write the simple things. So put s. Okay, so let's see what we are getting. Set a file. We are getting the same as string. Okay, so I have to check this also. So to work with the binary file, you need to open the file in approximate RB, and RB always remember to close the file that we have closed. So yeah, so this operation is actually required to perform use f write. So if we are using that f put s, so that string is actually written. But to write a that binary data into the file, use this f write function and specify the data to written. This is the argument we need. Data to be written, size of each element, number of element, and the file pointer. Okay. So in this way, we are all getting this data. So now data will be written in the binary form. So here we are writing some structure. So that REC. So REC, that we have passed this REC address and size of our structure, and then each element size. So you can just explore this with the reading and writing the binary things. But these are the two and same things. If how we can read the data. So f read is actually operation. F write and f read. These are the two different operations. But this is not useful in our that course. So just basic idea you can take. But yeah, in future regarding this binary, some embedded C or some that type of operation, maybe it is required. But I hope that is not required. So still you can explore this topic. Otherwise, you will cover in detail if required in the coming session. Okay. So any query till now in the file operations. These are the main topics actually which we have covered. Basic files. Okay. So not binary file. Any query, anyone? Or any other query if you have in the previous week also.
One question about the fclose part.
F close.
So if we don't use that, the file will still be open and we will not be able to access it using any other program. Is that how it is?
Yes, actually, it may give an error if you want to open that file in your system. So that type of problems we generally face if we are performing any file operation, and suppose if we are not closing that file, so maybe that file will give error if you want to open that file in your system, because what message will come? So that message will come like that it is already used by another operation. So you will get this type of error if you want to open that file. Okay, so this is required. That means if you have to release the file, so that means that you can open the file later. Okay, so let's check this here. I'm not sure it will not reflect here, but in your local system, in your local machine, let's skip this. Mm, I think it will not reflect. It is opening here fine, but you may get the error in your local system. Just try it. Just open any file and just leave that file without closing it. Okay, and just open that file by the clicking on your mouse and check it is opening or not.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Today is the last date, na, sir, for WPA.
Which week?
I think week 5.
No, no. I think deadline. Okay, for qualifier I have to check. So let me check for qualifier. Deadline for Week-10 is I think 21. Uh,
WTA, weekly time
okay,
decentralization.
weekly time understand. Yeah, yeah. That is today's last date. Okay, yeah. Okay. So this is now week 5. Now the coming week we will release the week 6. So that is the last timed assignment. Okay, so week 6, and after that we will check that maybe some chance to give to everyone if anyone have missed any timed assignment, so that we will release maybe one more time all timed assignment and you can complete.
Yes.
Yeah, we will discuss this and we will check. Okay, so what will be the plan? Maybe before the OPP exams you will get open all the timed assignment. Okay. Okay, any other query, any related to the any topics previous week or like structure?
Sir, then, excuse me,
Sorry.
sir, then what is the use of the file .dat? It is also the binary or what?
So that there are many file actually. I'm also not sure what is the extension of DAT. So that is actually some system related file.
No, sir, in Python we use .dat file as a binary file. So then I am asking.
Okay, 1 second. So let me just search this. So dot DAT extension. So what it represent? Not this not dot. What? DAT is an extension used for generic data file which contain information corresponding to a certain application. So this is some application related things. This is not very common. So in general, actually, our systems also that if you are running any C program, okay, that also convert into the assembly language, then binary language, that in the binary form. So in finally, we actually our all code is actually converted into the binary form. So in this way, if any programming language is maintaining some that application or programming language converting their data into the another form, so maybe they are using some their extension. So this DAT is not very common for all uh, programming language or applications. So it is related to some specific application or something.
Okay, sir.
Okay, otherwise this .bin .txt. So what type of file we actually generally used? Okay, so like CSV is very common. Okay, so comma
Yeah,
separated
common
value.
separated value.
So this is very common to perform the some analysis or operations on the data. Text file. Okay, so these are actually very common. So where actually we perform the operation. So CSV in data analysis we perform CSV. So that we can also open from the C language. Okay, so otherwise this ext.d.i.o, there are lots of extensions there. but that is related to some specific purpose. Okay.
And sir, there will be 2 days exam in OPP2.
No, actually there are two shift, but you will be allocated in any one of the shift, two shift.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, so two dates
Okay,
are there. So this is just for the high number of students. So they are actually managing the distribution. So they need actually proctors also according to that. So they are just dividing the students in two shift, two dates.
oh, okay, sir. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this coming Friday and Saturday, we will discuss more problems related to this binary things, that file things, practice problems. Yeah. If there is no
Sir,
query, yes, sir.
sir, so for OPP2, the syllabus would be from week 5 to week 10.
Not we are not saying week 5. Okay, so the syllabus is till week 10, but mainly topics will come from week 7 to 10.
Okay, from 7
Okay,
to
but
10.
by default, all if as conditional statement function all actually will involve. So by default, all are covering actually week 3, 4, 5, 6, all are come, actually
Okay,
included.
sir.
Okay,
So in
but main
majority,
topics will be string array, one-dimensional array, two-dimensional array, and structure and file. These are the five topics mainly.
okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
One thing, if I could ask,
Mm-hmm.
in the OPP, how is it handled if somebody's system loses internet connection? So how is that handled on your end? Does the exam terminate or what happens?
So here actually there is no, we cannot handle if your internet is actually gone. Okay, so that actually you have to maintain the things. You have to check all your internet connectivity properly. You have to arrange maybe two system or two internet resource. If you have any situation like this, if you feel that this type of situation will occur, but there is no alternate that OPP will be provided if you get this type of issue, internet issue, all this thing. Okay, so please make sure that all your system is working fine, all your internet connection is proper.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, then fine. So we will meet in the next session. Thanks everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.